All right, so today we're going to be talking about creating an animation or a cartoon, basically. And we're going to be using this program called Make an Animation, which is on ABC. Yeah. It's a very easy program, but it can be a little bit confusing. So we're going to start by using this program today. And if you can master this one, there's a few other options to do on another day, but we're going to start off by working with this. So we start by clicking this Go button to take us to our workspace. Now in the workspace, you'll kind of notice a few things. First of all, across here at the top are your frames. Now one thing you need to think about in terms of making a cartoon or animation is you basically have just a series of still pictures that show really quickly one after another in order to make it look like something is moving. So when you have just one frame, that means you've got like not even a whole second. It's of cartoon. Each frame is less than a second of time. So each picture needs to be just a little different from one to the next to make it look like it's something that's moving. So across the top, I start with number 1, and you'll see that this program lets us, I think it is 15 frames that you can animate. I can click to the very, oh no, actually it has more than that. So you can probably do quite a few frames. Let me scroll back to the beginning. Okay, so the first thing you probably want to do when you're creating an animation is give it a background. We can click here where it says Edit Background, and it will give us a few options. There's different pictures that you have, or you can create your own. That's where you're going to kind of draw something. Just to start off, to show us how this works, I'm going to pick one. I'm going to go with this city background. You can pick any of the ones you want. And then now that it's highlighted, I'm going to click Done. And now I have my city background. Okay, now it's just, you can kind of see a little bit up here. It's added this to every single frame. I know it's kind of dim, hard to see, but it is in all of my frames right now. If I want to change my background to something different, I believe I can do that, but since this is such a short animation, you probably will keep the background the same. The next thing you might want to add is some sort of picture. So I'm going to click here where it says Images, and I'm going to make mine be like maybe some sort of person just walking across the screen. So there's lots of different things you can choose from to move around. I'm going to click this people one because I want a person. And how about I'll choose this funny dancer looking guy and click Done. Okay, so now he's kind of right in the middle. It's not exactly where I need him to be. I'm going to move him so he's down here. So he sort of starts at the very bottom of the screen. And then I'm going to make him walk to about here. And then I'm going to make him jump. And then he's going to walk to the other side. Now, this animation is different. It's very simple, like I said. His legs are going to stay just like they are. I'm not going to make it so his legs move. This program doesn't let us do that. But I can still make him move. Okay, so right now, my very first frame, I've got my guy right here. And that's what it has in my first frame. Now, I want to start making my second frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my frame. So I'm going to click Copy Frame. Okay, now I'm working on my second frame, but I need to move my guy just a little bit. So I'm going to click and drag him over just a little bit so that in the second frame, he has moved. Okay, I'm going to click Copy Frame again. Now you can see I'm on my third frame, and I need to move him again a little bit. So I'm going to drag him over a little bit. I'm going to click Copy Frame again. I'm just going to keep moving him across the screen. Every time I move him a little bit, I click Copy Frame. And then I move him a little bit more. Click Copy Frame. We'll move him a little bit more. Let's see. Copy Frame. We'll move him a little bit more. And copy the frame. So you can see I'm on my 8th frame. We'll put him right here. Actually, maybe I'll put him down a little. I'm going to make him jump in the next frame. So we'll click Copy Frame. So now I want him to go to sort of jump. So I'm going to raise him up a bit. Actually, I think I'll make him get a little bigger too. You can do that. If I put my arrow right in the corner. You see I have that diagonal little thing that pops up, so I can click right in the corner and drag him a little bigger, almost like he's sort of jumping out towards you. I'm going to click copy frame, and I want him to jump a little bit higher than that, so I'm going to make him a little higher, a little bigger. Click copy frame. Now he's jumped up. I'm going to make him start to go down a little bit. He's going to go down. Get him smaller again. Click copy frame. And then maybe I'll put him back on the regular ground. Maybe a little smaller yet. Copy frame. And we'll make him kind of just travel across the rest of this screen. So every time I kind of decide what I want that one frame to look like, I have to click copy frame so that the next frame starts with the same thing, and then I build on it. All right, let's make him sort of dodge this car. We'll click copy frame, and then I've got one more I'll do. Okay, so I have 18 frames of an animation. Now if I would like to see what this looks like, I can click play. So it's going to go to the start and play my animation. With the sort of old sounding film sound you get there. But you can see he sort of travels across, he jumps, he travels a little bit more. And I might think, oh, I wanted to add a few more things. So if I want to go back and add stuff, I can go back to the very beginning. I thought I could go back. Maybe I can't go back. Oh, there it goes. So I'm back on frame number 1. Maybe I would like to add, let me find the frame where he jumps. Oh, here we go. Here's the frame where he jumps. Let's maybe add like some fun effect. Like I'll put in a star or something behind him. So I clicked on my little shape tool right here. Now down here, if I put in a shape right now, it's going to be a square. But I would like to have a star. I'm going to make it be a yellow star. So I'm going to click on yellow. So right when he jumps, you kind of click and drag to make the size of your star appear. Let's see. Will it let me move my star? Oh, it's making it add new stars. Hang on. Let me undo that. In order to move my star, I need to click down here and click on my select tool, and then I can drag it. That's what was going on. So I'm going to make it be kind of right in there. So now when he jumps, a star will show up, and then he'll keep going. Okay, so now I'm going, so that star is only on that one frame. That's something to kind of notice. If I wanted my star to be there the whole time, I would have to add it into each frame. It probably would have been easier to do that from the very start, but this is just kind of to show you how this works. So I'm going to click play. Okay, so I made him jump up, click the little star, and keep going. Okay, there's lots of different things you can do with this, and you can make it longer or shorter depending on what you want. You can add in words. There's the type tool here. You can make it be so, you know, if you started a word on one frame, it could kind of continue to type across. You can draw things with this paintbrush or the pencil. And then also there's lots of different images you can add. When you are totally finished, when you've got a little cartoon you think it's really fun and cool and maybe even tells a little story, because that's ultimately what we want to do with this, is talk about telling a story. You can click over here where it says export as GIF. And this is a file that you can keep. And we're going to talk about possibly uploading these to our Google Classroom to share them. So when I click on export as a GIF, it gives me a few options. I can make it full, half, or quarter. This is the size of the file. I would say it's probably okay just to go with full. If you are going to upload this online, half might be better. But really, because we have a pretty decent internet connection, full should be fine. So I'm going to click continue. And right now it's making my animation, so it has to process the file. Okay, so it says it's kind of drawing it. And once it's done with this process, all you're going to have to do is click save, and then you will choose where you want to save it on your computer. probably I would say go ahead and just save this in your pictures folder, and then we will upload it to your Google Drive so that you have this file to keep. But that's essentially how it goes. It's very simple. We will kind of practice using this some today, and then if, like I said, if you master it, we will talk about maybe using a little bit more complex of a program. So give it a try, save it. We'll see about uploading them to Google Classroom from there. See if this will let me end my recording. There we go.